Hello everyone. Today we are just going to learn about the customer churn. Customer churn means what the data we have, basis of that we will evaluate the value, how we can predict, right? So first of all, this is the few line of the course which I will tell you one by one. Here I am using the import pandas, right? So import panda is used to handling the data, right? And after that, I am using the read CSV. Read CSV is used to load the CSV file, right? And after that, you can see that I am loading the CSV, the customer churn. Customer churn file, let me show you. This is the customer churn file. In that list of the few records, right? Like customer ID, customer age, customer tenure, monthly charges, contact type, and churn rate. Right. So, what I am going to do, I will put all these three in x-axis, and basis of that, we will decide what will be output, what we can predict. Right. So, customer ID is the unique one. So, this we will not use for prediction value. Our target is churn. So, it should be also not an input, right? So what we are going to do, we will remove customer ID and churn from the x-axis, right? And this means customer ID and customer churn we will drop from the means once we will load the data from the CSV. After that we drop customer ID and customer churn from x-axis. After that, if you want to print, let me run the application. Let me, yes, you can see. So I printed the data. You can see. So you can see this is the customer ID, tenure, monthly charges. Here I am printing the data line number 35. Here you can see customer ID, age, tenure, monthly charges, all the 99 rows you can see here. This is the before the dropping. Now once I drop after that, let me show you. This is the age, tenure, monthly charges, and contact type because we have removed churn and customer ID. So this is our x-axis, right? Now after that you can see the y-axis. What is the y-axis? Y-axis is our churn, right? The value is 010, right? Basis of that we will go and predict, right? So you can see here what we are going to do. We are using a skill-learn model. Basis of that, what we are doing, we will have a X trend, X text, Y trend, and this will split it into the 42. That is the random number which we can use anyone, right? So splitting the data and model will learn 80% of the data and testing the data of 20% of the data. As I said that the 42 is the random value, right? So what we are going to do here, we are using a logical regression model to evaluate the value, right? Now what we will do, we will basis of that we will train the model and predict the value. Once we are using the logistic regression model, right, and put it the extend wide train, then we are going to train it, the model. Once we will train the model, then what will happen? You can see what is our predicted value, right? So our predicted value is accuracy, then accuracy scores weighted, right? So what is the accuracy? Accuracy is the correct prediction divided by the total prediction. So here you can see 35% accuracy is coming. If let me clear once again for you and run the application, you can see this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, model predicted, and value is coming 35. So this is the complete customer churn basis of the data. We will train the model, and after that we check what the value we are getting from the model and what is the accuracy. So what here we have to learn. Here only I want to explain you guys to what exactly we do to train the model. First, we load the data from the CSV. Okay. Once we load the data, after that we plot x-axis value and the y-axis value. Basis of the x-axis and y-axis value, we train the model. Here we remove few of the columns which is not necessary for the prediction for training the model like churn, and because this is of the churn we this is the output value, right, for you, and few input value basis of some input value we get the output, right. So you can see x-axis value, few of the columns we are using, and y-axis value which is our target value. Basis of that we are training here our model. Once we get the x-axis and y-axis, we get the dummy data, and that dummy data we will putting x trend, x test, y trend, y test, and split the data randomly and explain it that we are using the text size 0.2 means 20% we are using for checking the value, just 80% we are going to train the model. So from here you can say we are using the logistic regression. Logistic regression is the something like in which we you want to train the model. So once we train the model basis of tra- x x trained, x test, y train, y test, and splitting the value 80% and random value is 42. After training the model, you can see what is the accuracy we are getting. We are getting the accuracy is 35%. So this is the customer churn prediction. I know that this is little bit tough for you guys for right now, but yes, in future, if you are watching my video, then I will explain you what we are going to do here. Again, I am trying to explain all these things that we have a we have a we can say sorry, we have a data basis of the data. We will train the model, and once we train the model, after that we check the accuracy. So for that we have to decide few x-axis part and one y-axis part. So x-axis, what the column is required, we will use. This column we will remove. And in the y-axis, what we are going to do, this is something which we are going to predict. So basis of that, we are testing it, training it. So here something, once again I am telling you that this is the place from where we extend y test and split it in the 80-20%, 80% and 20%, 80% for testing and 20% for prediction, and random state is 42. That is anything, any number you can use, and we are using the logical regression model, and from here we are predicting the value. In next video, I will explain more detail. Thank you.